Greetings, brothers and sisters. Shalom. Assalamu alaikum adnastana. Still waking up here. I burned some midnight oil last night, bringing you this segment. A gentleman named Les Graydon reached out to me a few days back, and he's a member. He reached out to me over, believe it or not, the Facebook page. So remember this, okay? Your feedback, and you've seen this before on Points of Light Radio. I not only follow up on your feedback, but I oftentimes use it in segments. And this particular gentleman, Les Graydon, reached out to me on the Facebook, my Points of Light Facebook page, and I'm bringing you today. I was up late last night, like I said, because of the time difference. I had a lengthy conversation with him last night, and or early this morning, shall we say. And we talked about, we had a lengthy conversation about two different organizations he belongs to. But in this particular segment, I'll be bringing you kind of a part one of that conversation. I really need this coffee. I really do. But this part of the conversation deals with an organization he belongs to called the Royal Arch Purple Chapter of Ireland. Right? I've been trying to feature this organization for quite some time. So I'm really looking forward to bringing this segment to you. Okay, hang on to your seats. You're going to see a lot of history here. And much like myself, you're going to learn a lot from this. So as I said, let's move forward and learn about the Royal Arch Purple Chapter of Ireland. Now, there's a bit of confusion about the Royal Arch Purple Chapter in Northern Ireland, so I thought I'd give you a brief insight before moving forward with this interview. Right, the Royal Arch Purple Chapter is an organization that's related to the Loyal Orange Lodge, but it is not recognized by the Grand Orange Lodge of Ireland. Right, the Grand Orange Lodge of Ireland only recognizes the 2 degrees of the traditional Orange Lodge that they have over there. And those are the orange and the plain purple degree. Now, in Northern Ireland, the Royal Arch Purple Chapter is, however, a prerequisite of joining the Royal Black Preceptor. You see the confusion already? Right? Now, the Royal Arch Purple degree was first used in 1795 and was part of the original system of degrees put together by the founding members of the Orange Order. See what I'm getting at? But the Grand Orange Lodge of Ireland disliked the ritualism and tried to of the Royal Arch Purple degree and tried to suppress it as early as 1798. And they maintained that position of not recognizing the Purple Arch degree to this day. However, here's the thing. The Grand Orange Lodge of Ireland does recognize the Royal Arch Purple Chapter as an official order. See what I'm getting at? It's just... Right. Now, as a result of this opposition, the Royal Arch Purple degree was practiced for many years. It was practiced in secrecy, right? So however, the Royal Arch Purple degree was kept alive by lodges around County Armagh, and it was the system of travel closest to the original ritual put together by the founding members, as I said, of the Orange Order in 1795. To join, one must be Protestant, a believer in Jesus Christ, and you have to have received your 2 degrees in a traditional Royal Orange Lodge in Northern Ireland prior to having the Royal Arch Purple degree conferred on you. So let's move forward to the interview with Brother Graydon. Before we do that, though, I want to draw your attention to the PayPal link in the details section of this particular segment. Remember that everything you see and hear on Points of Light Radio is not sponsor driven, right? So I do not have a sponsor. Let's move forward, brothers and sisters. Now, let's discuss the Royal Arch Purple chapter. Now, you say you were secretary there. Where does it meet?
Basically, the Royal Arch Purple is just an extension of, I see it as an extension of the Orange Lodge. It's more like what you would call the bridge to the Royal Black Lodge, because you have to be an Arch Purple man if you wish to join the Royal Black Preceptory.
Mm-hmm.
But the the Royal Arch Purple, it what would I say? It's not as active as your Orange Lodge or your Black Lodge. It opens very infrequently. Just to basically, it only opens to make men into Royal Arch Purple men, and a lot of lodges around the country round up and have closed their Arch Purple lodges. They seem to be in decline, but you need to have it if you want men to progress into Royal Black. That's the way of it. And there's a
Okay.
lot of grants and stuff for any children that are in college or anything that have came through the juniors can access large amounts of money, grants from Royal Arch Purple that help them through college and stuff, you know.
Mm-hmm. Now, but so you say it meets like less frequently, but how's that? Like every 2 months? Like I know with our lodge, the Orange
No,
Lodge is monthly. It doesn't meet monthly. It meets.
it, I think, like, truthfully, it should maybe made at the end of every Orange Lodge. That's probably the way it should be done. But if it opens twice a year, that would be as much as it would happen. It would
Okay.
be a 10-minute segment on the end of an Orange meeting.
Okay. I see. And
It's
you hold all those meetings would
it's
be held in the Purple Degree then.
Yeah, they raised the Royal Arch Purple,
Yeah.
not purple. The greatest is Royal Arch Purple.
Okay. Wow. Now, are there
You
many
know,
like Royal Arch Purple chapters like in the rest of the United Kingdom, or are they just confined to the Republic of Ireland? Or
no,
sorry,
in the
they.
north here we have them nearly. In the north, we have them, and in this Republic of Ireland. I have a lot of friends in the lodges in the Republic of Ireland because we're so close. I do a lot of parades and I be in lodges in the Republic. My Black Lodge is actually in the Republic of Ireland.
Mhm.
The but most would have traditionally have Royal Arch Purple, but I'm hearing that it's on decline because people aren't progressing into Royal Black
Mhm.
as much anymore.
Oh,
So
yeah, you have that problem too, eh? But are there Royal Arch
yeah,
Purple
but
chapters that meet in like England or Scotland or anything like that? Do you know of any?
I, I'm not sure. I would imagine it's the traditional route that it should be in all these places.
Yeah,
It seems to be that, as far as I know,
yeah, because we
it's
don't have them over
widespread.
here.
Yeah, but then you have different things over there that we don't have, like the
Yeah,
blues,
yeah.
yeah. I've only learned that from watching your podcast, so there's things you learn.
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, but yeah. So, what do you think the Royal Arch Purple chapter needs to do to grow? Do you have to like spend more time maybe encouraging people to move up to it?
I don't know. Or does it just need to become another degree of the orange, rather than being a separate entity in this day and age?
Yeah.
It's that's it's somebody with more brains than me would have to figure that out, but you know, it's it's there for the purpose to go to Royal Black, but I think maybe it's lost its way a bit.
Hmm. And you, like you say, you're in the black, so you think it was beneficial for you to have gone to the Royal Arch Purple chapter first. You understood your black degrees more.
You do, and I suppose it, it drags out the the orange and lets you know what you're getting into. You're not going into
Yeah,
something blind, you know.
yeah, I would say yeah, that's excellent.
That was Brother Les Graydon, brothers and sisters. I think it was wonderful to have someone here from the mother country of the Loyal Orders, really. Right. And you know what? I've been wanting, again, this is another one of those organizations that I've been wanting to cover almost from the very time Points of Light Radio was started. So basically going on 4 years now. I've been wanting to cover the Royal Arch Purple chapter. I wanted to know what it was about. I don't know about you, but like, this was something that until I started bringing you Points of Light Radio, I'd never heard of the Royal Arch Purple chapter before. And I'm sure until you saw this, most people within North America had never heard of them before, right? And it would be wonderful if they could find a way to either grow the Royal Arch Purple chapter or somehow amalgamate the Royal Arch Purple back into the traditional Orange Lodge system. From what I gathered during this conversation, the Royal Arch Purple is at a crossroads, right? Right, and this is something this is something that you see every now and then, and you saw in some of the past segments of Points of Light Radio where I brought you, where every now and then an organization will come to a crossroads where it really has to decide what it's going to do, right? And I hope there's a solution for this, because it would be a shame for this degree to be lost. It really would be, and I hope that going forward they find a solution to this. I sincerely do. But that's all I have time for right now. As always, before I go, I want to remind you that this podcast is available on both YouTube and Spreaker. Please share, like, and subscribe when viewing Points of Light Radio on YouTube. I also welcome your comments and input. You can follow Points of Light Radio on my Facebook page at facebook.com/Points of Light Radio. My X handle is at PO Light Radio. My Bluesky handle is at polightradio.bsky.social. You can see the link to my Spotify channel, as well as the PayPal link, where you can hit on that link, make a voluntary donation to Points of Light Radio, and we will use that to move the podcast forward. Brothers and sisters, I want to thank you for your time today. I want to thank my guest for his time today. And until we meet again, just step into the light.